Dear friends, hello everyone, and today I'll try to save your time. For someone it will be a good couple of months, for someone it will be years of useless and ineffective workouts. And no, I'm not gonna push something useless, fashionable or inefficient, just opposite. My main task is to help those who watching this video to make them healthier and the result in their workouts only better. Okay, look carefully at what exercises on your abs you do and most importantly how. Now I will show you what absolutely should be excluded from your abs workout list. And firstly is straight leg raises. Alternate raises of one leg is absolutely unimportant, especially when the top of your body is fixed. The same works with the top of your body. Sit-ups. Here is the faults, these sit-ups. Or maybe here is some work. Or here is this. And so on. Or scissor lift are here too. Your abs muscles are working in them very weak. We need to firmly understand next. The function of the rectus abdominis is to bend the spine. Pay attention to its attachment to the bones. It extends from the ribs of the xiphoid process in the middle to the pubic bone. That's it. It's logical that its function is to connect these two attachment points. Accordingly, performing exercises in this way, you give more than half of the load to completely different muscle groups, the thigh and pelvic muscles. The abs in these exercises perform static work. It's only an assistant. So we need to give the target load to achieve really good results. When performing crunches, your abs and oblique muscles get 100% load only in the case of lifting up to 30 or 40 degrees from the floor, not higher. Here's how it should look like. You can make it harder by your hands. Don't put your hands on your head. You don't need to stretch your neck out. Try to do these 20 reps slowly, thoughtfully, and then you just won't be able to get up, I promise. Now, let's look at the leg raises. What's happening here? Okay, let's remember the anatomy. Flexion at the hip joint, and the main function of our abs is not executed. There is no adduction of the pubic bone to the xiphoid process and vice versa. It turns out this exercise is almost completely useless. There is much better alternative. In addition, when the hip joint is flat, the iliopsoas muscle of the abdomen, which we talked about earlier, is very actively involved in the work. It leads to compression of the vertebra, and this is in general promise nothing good for you, especially over time, with hundreds of new repetitions. So what if you have a sedentary job, extra body weight? So you will only worsen your health over time, gradually. Not right here and now, but you will not come to the best results in your workouts over time, believe me. Okay, many of you may rightly point out that most of all athletes on the YouTube do the abs exercises wrong or what? It's worth recognizing that this is indeed the case. And I don't know what is connected with, why it happens. But this doesn't mean that you need to blindly copy what they do. If the majority is doing it wrong, then why should you do the same? Guys, just think logically. What goals do you strive for your workouts and what do you want from your body? First, these people are genetically unique. They are very successful. they have great abs, genetic at least. Perhaps their vertebral discs are able to withstand a much greater load. And don't be surprised, this is absolutely normal. We are all different. And you are completely different, special. You need to pass everything through yourself, through your own experience. But you need to start and work up to an average level on the safest, most accurate and understandable exercises. And later you can experiment, add something new. Because the experience, the feeling of the muscle group increases. In general, the understanding of the training process increases. These people have done millions of reps in all their workouts, but you can even get there faster by doing it safely, wisely, and doing the right thing. Okay, first of all, to see your abs, you have to deal with your layer of substantial fat. What do I mean? If you have a 5 cm armor of fat there, of course you need to deal with it. But this doesn't mean that the abs is useless to train. We train our abs, and in parallel, we work on our fat burning, on our nutrition. But this is another story for another video. Okay, let us turn to the structure of these muscles. The press cubes are formed due to the tendons that pull the rectus abdominis muscle across. In the center, the rectus abdominis is divided by the white line of the abdomen. And this is what determines the depth of the muscles and the distance between the cubes. By the way, the tendons that are located below, as a rule, are less developed. That's why the bottom of the abs look much worse. And believe me, an extra 1,000 workouts will not help equalize him with the top cubes. It's very clear to understand that the abdominal muscles, obliques and rectus abdominis, this is exactly the same muscle as all the rest in our body. And it's logical that the recovery time is needed after each sufficient workout that was able to start the muscle growth process. So, don't need to do a 7 times a day abs workout per week. No need to hammer it with 5 and 10 exercises. Yeah, I don't argue. This is basically an oxidative group, because it's always working, moving and stabilizing our body. It's a key muscle. But even with such muscles, you need to be quiet, careful and prudent. You don't have to train it every day. For the first 3 or maybe even 4 years, 2 workouts a week for a 5 quality, really good sets in the right exercises will be enough. In order not to stretch this video, in the next I will definitely tell you what exercises are effective, save your health and most importantly your time, the ones that really deliver results. Well, now thank you all for watching. If it was so helpful, I recommend subscribing my channel. There are a lot more videos like this. See you soon, friends.